Well, good evening, friends. Yeah, it's just me again down here in Memphis. Thought I'd give you my thoughts on today and my thoughts of what's happening and where we're heading. And I think right now what we're seeing is, well, let's start with the government. You're seeing a splintering of the government. You see these senators and governors and mayors and whatnot bowing the knee to the terrorist. Well, they're just capitulating, signaling surrender. Well, I don't know about you, but I ain't gonna surrender. I think like today's June 6th, it's D-Day. I think of what my dad would have been going, or what would have been going through my dad's head as he waited for his turn to go into the landing craft and to go on the invasion of Normandy. So, for what he did, before me, and what people did in Vietnam, what people did in Korea, and so on and all the way back, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving in. I am not going to capitulate. I'm not going to surrender. I will not bow the knee to no man. I'll bow the knee to only one person, and that's my Lord Jesus Christ. And that's just the way it is. And what I think is happening, and not only do you have the splintering of the government, you have splintering in law enforcement. We've seen lots of different videos of people with the FBI and whatnot, local police kneeling before these protesters, or what they're calling it, because I guess now it's racist to call them right. But that's neither here nor there. You're seeing splintering with kneeling of some of our troops, which, gosh, I can't even imagine that. Now, whether or not they're allowed to disobey that order, I don't know, because I don't think it technically be considered an illegal order. But I know one thing for sure, they'd have to doggone take my feet out from under me before I'd doggone bow down before them. Yeah, you got the Antifa type people now are starting to probe the country. Come on, people. We live in a small little rural farming town of 4,000 people, and we got a rally or protest tomorrow. Now, I've been asked to do kind of security work there through the Good Old Boys Network. We're supposed to show up and just be there to make sure that the protest stays peaceful. So I'm going to put some time there. And then a friend of mine owns a pawn shop. He wants me to help him for a while. So I'll probably put in a couple hours so-called sort of security work before I go to work tomorrow. And then on my way home, I'll definitely check on his pawn /gun shop to make sure it's okay and he's okay. But they're probing into these small rural towns, and what they're doing is just like the Russians. They probe our airspace up there by Alaska, because what they're going to do is they get, like the town about 30 miles west of us, they're getting to have a rally every week. Well, what they're going to do is get the people complacent, thinking, oh, heck, they've been doing that for a long time and it's always peaceful and they won't show up, and boom, that's when it's going to not be peaceful. And what they're doing is they're going to come after you in the rural small areas, you out in the country. Antifa put out a thing in Illinois where they're going to start going after these farmhouses and burn down barns and kill cattle and whatnot. That ain't going to happen if I can help it. I'll be doggone if I don't pick up and do like my forefathers umpteen generations did and fought for the freedom of this country. But I think at this point, the best thing we can hope for is when this thing goes totally hot, and it will. You can bet on it. It's going to go totally hot. The best thing we can do is hope we can at least fight them to do a stalemate, and they can have the East Coast, West Coast, and leave us the hell alone in the middle. So anyway, people, like I said in the last video, look around your place and think of ways that you can deny access or slow down access, fences, gates, 2x4s with nails spread around your property if you have to. But get with like-minded people, and if you hear that they're going to have a protest or whatever in around your area, join the Good Old Boys Network and show up and make sure these things stay peaceful. We have to have a show of force to make sure that these idiots know that we ain't putting up with their bullshit. You can get away with that in the liberal towns, but hey, out here in redneck country, no, us rednecks don't put up with that bullshit. So anyway, people, be safe, God bless, and you know how to get a hold of me if you disagree or got any thoughts. Let me know. Talk to you later.